Hi everyone, welcome to JoJo's Knitting Corner. I am your host, JoJo, and this is episode 1. So I started this knitting channel back in December with Vlogmas. I thought that'd be a great way to kick off the channel and just hop right in and begin and open all the advents, share all the knitting and the Christmassy things, and that worked really well. However, after Vlogmas, a lot of things happened and there was some things that had to be set aside and put on pause for a little while. And I'll explain that a little more during the knit and chat at the end of this video. But I want to go ahead and get straight into the knitting because that's why we're all here. My first finished object is a brand new type of project for me. I had never done anything like this before, and I was super happy with how it turned out. I do not have the finished object with me, however, because it was a gift. So I knitted a mermaid doll for one of my little church members that was having a birthday party. And so I gifted that to her. But I will insert a few pictures here for you to see. So she was very happy, as was I, with how the mermaid turned out. I used a lot of the yarns I had gotten from the Dollar Tree, and some I had already had in my stash, but I will link below the project, the pattern for this specific mermaid. I did make a few modifications to the pattern. I used larger needles and made the doll a little bigger. I also modified some of the coloring and the eyes and just different things like that. And the length of the hair, I wanted her to have really long hair. So a few changes, but generally speaking, followed the pattern just to help me because I'd never knit anything like this. I'd never knit a toy. I'd never knit a stuffed animal. This was my very first one, and I really, really liked how it turned out. Okay, so my next finished object is, I guess you could call it a finished object. It's new to me again. I guess from December till now, I've kind of done some things knitting wise to break out of my comfort zone. But these are things that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to knit stuffed animals. I've always wanted to learn this next craft that I'm gonna show you. I would say I'm still working at it, but I do enjoy it. And so what I have done is I have tried a little bit of crochet, and I have done these squares using just a simple, I love this cotton yarn. I also have some that I've made from scraps. I really like these bright colors. And let me see if I can find another bright colored one to show you. Now, what I figured out, see, I don't know a lot about crocheting. I'm a knitter at heart, but I've always wanted to crochet. I struggled with it for a little while because it was just, I had learned to knit, and then once I got the hang of the 2 needles, the 1 needle just had me completely puzzled, like I couldn't figure it out. So finally though, something clicked. I don't know what it was, but I guess the timing was right or something. But and so I began making these granny squares, and that's basically the whole reason that I really wanted to learn, was because I wanted to be able to make the granny squares. Let me dig in. I have a little basket here that I have all my little granny squares in, and then you can see I have some larger ones. This particular one is made with yarn from the Dollar Tree. I love these colors. It kind of gives me that Three's Company's vibe, that 70s fun, funky. So I'm really wanting to do something with this as far as like for my classroom. I would love to, I'm a 5th and 6th grade teacher. And so I think I would love to cover my little desk chair with this, just make a larger square, large enough to cover, because the back of my computer chair is squared. I would like to cover that with this crochet. And also I have a futon in my classroom that my kids can sit and read. And I would like to make a throw possibly with some of these yarns and some of these colors. My classroom theme is kind of boho rainbow, and so I think that this would match really well. I really, really, really enjoy doing this. It kind of breaks up the knitting. When I feel like I'm in a knitting funk, I can pull out some crochet and crank out some things pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so much. Let me show you some of the things that I've been working on lately. This first one is actually a project that I have made before. It is a sweater pattern by Devin Ventry of Knitty McPurly. And this is called the Hepburn sweater. I'm gonna hold it up. And as you can see, I'm working on, what am I working on? I'm still working on the body on this one. These yarns are some that I had previously. My first Hepburn, I knit with this teal color here. This is a yarn by Devin Ventry of Knitty McPurly. It was called Breakfast at Tiffany's. And my first Hepburn was knit completely in this color. And I will insert some pictures here to show you that sweater. So after knitting that one, I loved it so much. It was very just lightweight and great for the Texas weather that we have, the heat. But I decided I wanted to do something a little more fun, a little more funky, a little more me. And so I decided to go with this striped design. And this is Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's a color that I already had left over from my first Hepburn. And then I picked up this color, this very bright, I want to say it's called When Life Gives You Lemons. And so I picked up this one and the purple from 316 Dye Studio. I met that dyer at a yarn festival and fell in love with those two colors and bought them with the intention of making something. I wasn't sure what, but now as you can see, they have wound up in my Hepburn. Now the brown color is a color that I got from Hobby Lobby over in their hand dyed section. They have these skeins of yarn that are wound as skeins, and they look very much like the hand dyed yarns you'll see at your local yarn shop. And so I picked up the brown there, as well as the pink. It was a commercially dyed yarn from Knitpicks. So this project is currently a work in progress, and I'm hoping to finish it before the fall so that I can wear it, you know, to school and wear it over dresses. I love the bright colors, super fun. It's definitely my jam. So that's my first project, the Hepburn. All right, next up, I have another pattern by Devin Ventry of Knitty McPurly. And this pattern is a little different. It is another colorwork sweater. It is a yoked top down. And I'm gonna show you, I don't know how well this will come across, it may not, but this is actually the picture of Devin wearing her Gilded. It's very beautiful, the colors. It kind of has a 1920s vibe. And so the colors I chose, once again, I'm into bright and vibrant and just out there colors. So these are the colors that I chose. Very bright around the neck. And I ordered these yarns from Knitpicks. I wanted to use a yarn that was a very economically friendly yarn, just to see how it would work up and what it would look like in color work. And this yarn is definitely a winner, I would say. So as you can see here, I did a little detailing on the sleeve. I actually have decided that I want to go back. This is a work in progress, and I'm working on this second sleeve right now. But what I really want to do is go back and make some changes to this. I think what I would like to do is to knit the body a little bit longer, so that I originally wanted to crop it so I could wear it over a dress or with a skirt, but now I've kind of changed my mind about that. I really, after trying it on and seeing the fit on me, I really think I would love to wear this with some jeans or other pants. And in order to do that, I want to make the body a little bit longer. And I also want to change up the sleeve. I'm not very happy with this design that I did. This was my own design. This was not in the pattern, but I'm a rule breaker. So, but I want to go back and do a quarter sleeve, or maybe like this sleeve, and I want to do it just in purple. So that's the plan. So this is kind of a whip, but a fix it. It goes in the fix it pile, and the undo and the redo and the, but I love this yarn, and I wanted to show you inside. I know people like to show their floats, and it just worked so well. So I'll link below this pattern as well as the yarn that I used from Knitpicks. I think it's a great color work yarn to use if you're doing color work. I highly recommend it. All right, my next whip is something that I saw when I went to Black Mountain Yarn store. My family and I traveled to North Carolina last summer, and when I was in the store, I saw many beautiful projects and so much gorgeous yarn. But a particular project that I fell in love with, and I was like, I have to make this, was the Lehigh by Melanie Berg. This beautiful shawl. So because, I mean, looking at the picture, it really doesn't, I mean, I had seen this picture before, but when I went into the yarn store and saw the shawl and felt it and tried it on, it was just like, wow, I need this in my life. So what I did was I started it. It is currently a work in progress, and I changed it just a little bit because I told you I'm a rule breaker. So yeah, I made it a little bit different. So I'm following the pattern as far as the structure, but I have made a few little changes, which include the stripe as well as the little pom-poms. So yeah, I think it's gonna be super fun. This is, I love just crazy fun things, colorful things to knit and wear, things that are interesting, things that people will ask you like, what is that? This is definitely gonna be one of those things. So yeah, I'm really loving this a lot. I can't wait. I can't wait until it's done. It's just a baby right now, but it's gonna it's going to continue to grow and become something wonderful, I think. Time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see. All right, next up, something I have in my basket over there. This is a project that is something that well, for me, it's something that I can work on for a little while, and then I put it down, and then I pick up something else, and then I pick it up again, and I work on it. And I'm using a lot of my scraps for this project, which is wonderful because it's a great stash buster. This pattern is the Fragmentation Shawl by Mr. Stephen West. Now, you'll notice how the colors in this shawl are staggered. You'll notice how the stripes are staggered. That's the way he designed it. But I wasn't lying when I said I'm a little bit of a rule breaker, because I do things the way I want to do them. So let me just grab it here. So the changes that I've made are basically just the color changes. The shawl is the same as the pattern. I just changed up the coloring, that's it, to make it what I wanted it to be. So that includes not staggering the colors. So what I have done is just lined up my whites with my other whites and chosen these warm tones. So kind of like a muted rainbow, maybe like a boho muted rainbow. I love it so much. I can't wait to finish it and wear it. I love that his shawls are like oversized, and I love that because like a schlanket. I love to wrap up in a schlanket at school when it's freezing cold in the classroom and be so cozy and get to read books with my kids. There's nothing better. So as you can see, I'm on the third little triangle, and so there are several more to go. This it will go all the way around this little half circle. So I love it so much already, and I can't wait to finish it. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, that's my fragmentation shawl. Okay, now let's see what's next. Okay, this next project is something that I've been working on lately a lot, and I'm actually almost finished with it. Currently in the round, so you will not be able to see very much of the shaping or anything like that. So I'm going to show you this picture. This is by Espace Tricot, and it is the Petite Pico wrap. Yeah, very beautiful. So I knew when I saw this pattern I wanted to make it, and then I also knew that I wanted to do something with neons and neutrals, because neons and neutrals are a big thing right now, and I love bright colors, and I just wanted to do that. So I'm going to grab it right here and show you what I have chose to do for my Petite Pico. Okay, so the colors I have chosen are by Madeline Tosh, and this is the fingering weight. This color is called Tiny House, and I paired it with Neon Peach. I absolutely love these two together. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna try to show you a little bit of what's on the needle. So right now I'm currently working on this lace border. It's not a picot border. Again, I broke the rules. I followed the pattern as far as the shaping of the shawl, but I wanted a lacy border, and so that is what I have done. So I'll show you some of the striping so you can just get an idea of how it's working up, and then the stripes get a little thicker and the lace border, yeah. So it's just a blob. You can't really see much right now, but it's almost done, and I'm hoping in my next video it will be a finished object. I'm not gonna say that too loud though, because I don't want to jinx it. Okay, Petite Pico. All right, now for the last whip. Yeah, this is the last whip. It is currently being housed in this lovely bag with these foxes, and I think this bag, let me check. I want to say this is the fat squirrel, but I could be completely wrong. Wait a minute, I see a tag. Yeah, fat squirrel. Right there on the tag. Isn't it adorable? It's so cute. I love it. I love the colors. It's so cute. Okay, enough about the bag. What's in it? Well, I love this. I love this so much. Okay, so for forever, and I know everybody's already made one. Everybody and their grandma's already made one, but that's okay because I'm a little late to the game. I always do that. I'm late to the game and I don't follow the rules, and yeah. So this next project is my half and half triangles wrap. I am making the large one because, as I said, I love a schlinket. I love to wrap up and be able to wear it like a scarf or wear it around me like a shawl, like a blanket. Yes. So let me show you what I picked for my colors. Okay. So I went to the Houston Fiber Festival, and it was amazing. There was so much yarn. There was so much, it was wonderful getting to feel and touch all the yarns and all the bags and all the people, and it was amazing. And so I went into the Modern Skein. They had a booth there. If you have not seen the Modern Skein, I will link their YouTube channel below. They have a lot of amazing yarns, and they're always working on all these wonderful projects and inspiring me to knit all the things. So I went into their booth and I picked out my yarn for my half and half triangles wrap. And this is what I did. So essentially you choose half a color, and then the other half of it is another color. So I absolutely fell in love with this color by Hedgehog Fibers. It's their sock yarn. And this is called Fool's Gold. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. So that's Fool's Gold. Let me show you. This is how far I am. Very teeny tiny baby cast on. So tiny. It's gonna be a shawl though. One day it's gonna grow up and be a shawl. So, but the problem was they only had 2 skeins of Hedgehog Fiber Fool's Gold, and I needed 3 of each color. So what I decided to do, I saw another color that I really liked that I thought would go well, and that was this color, and it was called Pinky Swear. It has some flecks of gold and pink and hot pink and white. So I am kind of using these together as one half of my wrap. I have Fool's Gold, and then I have Pinky Swear. And this is Hedgehog Fibers. And then the other half of my half and half triangles wrap, the yarn is, I got it in the Modern Skein booth once again, but it is by one of my all-time favorite dyers, Chelsea Yarns. This is the Chelsea Luxe. This color is Favorite Leather Boots. So I've paired together Hedgehog Fibers, Fool's Gold, and Favorite Leather Boots. Now, of course, you got to bring in the pinky swear as well. So half of it will be these two and half will be the solid. So I am so excited for this. I think it's gonna look amazing. It's gonna be fabulous. I can't wait until it's done. Yeah. All right, so that's my half and half triangles wrap. And that's all the things I'm currently knitting on. There's more, I just can't, there's not enough time to show you. There are things sitting around that have been sitting around for a long time, but we're not gonna talk about those. All right, now acquisitions, things I purchased recently. I'm gonna show you a couple of things I purchased. While I was at the Houston Fiber Festival, I bought that yarn, the Chelsea Luxe, and the Hedgehog Fibers. I've always wanted Hedgehog Fibers, so I finally was like, I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. Well, there was one other booth there that really caught my attention, and that was a booth for Stellar Needlecraft. stellarneedlecraft.etsy.com. That is her website. I'll link it below. But she had all the bright colors, and I love bright colors, and so I picked up a few things. There was one skein of this sock yarn, and it is called Deck the Halls. And I know we're in July, so, and this is a very Christmassy yarn, but my family loves Christmas, and I'm currently collecting Christmas yarns to start doing some of our Christmas sock knitting. And so I thought for either my husband, my son, me, it has a little glitter. So maybe these will be mine. I don't know, I have to think about that, but I really love the color is beautiful for Christmas. And then this is what just blew me away. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. This is called Neon Rainbow by Stellar Needlecraft, and I have a project in mind for this that's gonna be so good, but I'm gonna put it on hold for now and tell you more about it later. So those are the things I picked up, and these bright neons, they really pick up under a black light, so they are just amazing bright colors, which I love, love, love. All right, my next acquisition, I ordered some yarn from Knitpicks for a specific project, and this is for the Big Cozy Cardi by Andrea Mowry. So these yarns are from Knitpicks, and this is their Brava Sport Weight. Pattern is written for sport weight yarn, so I went on the Knitpicks website, looked around, and found the perfect color combination. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to cast this on. Okay, so the first color I chose was called Umber Heather. It's got a little hair sticking out. Get that in there. Okay, Umber Heather, which is like this tweedy dark brown, gorgeous, just beautiful. And I decided to pair this with Seraphim. Which is a very light light lavender gray, like almost angelic lavender. I guess that's why I call it seraphim. But yeah, I'm super excited about these colors for the big cozy Cardi. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, I can't wait. Okay. All right. That is everything. That is all the knits. That's it. That's all. So now let's knit and chat for just a minute. And I will update you with everything that's going on and everything that's been going on here at JoJo's Knitting Corner. If you came for the knitting only, that's wonderful. And you don't have to, you can click off this video. I will link everything below that I talked about. And thank you for watching this far. But now let's do our little knit and chat. If you're interested, then grab your knitting, grab something to drink, and let's knit and chat a little bit. I'm gonna be working on, of course, my Petite Pico, okay, while we're talking. All right, so as many of you know, Vlogmas came and went, and a lot of things happened after Vlogmas. One thing major that happened was that my family and I moved. Now, we didn't move super far away. We moved about 30 minutes away from the house we lived in that I filmed Vlogmas in. But it was just a really big change. My husband and I had been kind of looking and thinking and praying for about 3 years for a home. We had found some land and weren't really sure what what we were gonna do with the land, but we knew everything was working together, and we knew that that's what we were supposed to do, is get the land. We were able to do that, and it was wonderful. And then we just kind of waited and kind of looked at our different options of what we wanted to put on our land. Did we want to build? Did we want to, what do we want to do? So finally, in February, everything started happening so fast, and we were able to go look at a home that we wanted, that I had seen online and that I was really interested in. And lo and behold, it just all worked out. It all worked out. And so we moved like really quickly. We did. Now at the time, my brother, his family were living with us, and my niece. And so it was just a really big change for everybody. But that's pretty much why the filming got put on hold. We were doing a lot of work on our land in order to get things ready. We were, trying to get moved, trying to get our previous house cleaned up, as well as, my brother and them trying to figure out what they were gonna do. And so that is kind of what kept us busy for January, February, March, and then just really school. As I said, I'm a school teacher, and so April is always like a super busy time. We're getting ready for state testing and all the things. So it was just like a whirlwind. And then, before you know it, it's graduation and summer break. And so, my husband and I decided to teach summer school this summer, which was a really great choice. We were able to work with some kiddos, and I just really enjoyed it so much. I was working with some 7th graders, 8th graders, some freshmen, and doing reading, and I just enjoyed it so much. We had really a good time. We had a good little group for summer school. We did that for 3 weeks, and we took a little family vacation. We went to San Antonio. We went to SeaWorld. I had not been there since I was probably my son's age. My son is 12 now. He just had a birthday. And so he had never been, and my husband had never been, and I had been when I was 12. So it had been a really long time. So we stayed on the Riverwalk, and we went to see Shamu and the dolphins, and then we spent a day at the water park, and it was so wonderful to just kind of get away and just be our family together. So now it's July already, and at my school teachers go back beginning of August, so this is kind of like my last month of summer break, and I've just been enjoying it. I've been just kind of doing little things, you know, around the house, still getting settled in. I've been knitting a lot and enjoying some walks in the woods. We live, I call it our little house in the big woods, because our house is small, but we have a lot of woods around us and land, and it's just wonderful to get outside and enjoy nature, and that has been really good and refreshing and just a good change. So this week I just got back from another little trip that I took to Dallas with some of my coworkers. We went to the Get Your Teach On National Teacher Conference, which is a big deal. Some training, and walked away with that training, walked away from it with a lot of great ideas that I'm excited to implement in my classroom next year. So we just had a really good time kind of bonding as a team, and getting some great ideas. So next on the agenda is I'm going to take a little road trip to visit my dad. The 4th of July is his birthday, and he'll be 73. I think he'll be 73, maybe 70. Yeah. So I'm going to go visit him, and I love road trip knitting. I always take my knitting with me, and get a lot of time in while my husband drives. He's good. He's so good about that, about letting me knit while he drives. So anyway, guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to thank you for tuning in and watching, and I would love to hear what you're knitting on. If you have made any of these projects, please let me know below in the comments, and I love to hear what you're working on, and if you are enjoying your projects, I would love to hear about them. Be sure to subscribe, click the notification bell if you would like to see more videos and more of my knitting and shenanigans. So that's all I have for today. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will catch you in the next one. Happy knitting. Bye.